Western style bracelets are really popular. Let's take a look at how this one was created. In the design process, I had a little decision to make. I wanted to use the copper, but they weren't quite the same, so I ended up using the gold flowers on each side of this Western focal bead. Once that difficult decision was made, it was time to start creating the bracelet, and I started at the clasp end, looping the string through the end of the clasp as normal. I created this bracelet in halves, and I added all the beads up on one side until I got to the slider bead. When it was time to add the slider bead on, it's really important to make sure the slider bead is facing the same direction as the clasp so you don't have one upside down. Another note to take is adding enough little tiny silver beads to spread out the strings far enough for your two holes coming from a single strand. Then add the floral slider bead and make sure that when you go to put the next focal bead on, that it is also facing the same direction. Tie off the one side of the bracelet on one side of the main focal bead. The other side will be used for the other side of the bracelet. Now that that side is done, it's time to start the other side, and you start doing the same process. Start at the clasp end, loop the string through the end of the clasp. String up the sides of the bracelet and through the one floral slider bead and into the focal bead. Tie it off at a knot and you're completed. Bracelets like this take me only a few minutes to string up. They really are not that complicated. This particular bracelet is a little bit longer than what an average 8-inch bracelet is. I like to make different lengths for my different customers. If you're super concerned about the length, then measure the first half before you finish the second half to see if it's 4 inches. The average size of a bracelet is 8 inches total. And that concludes this bracelet tutorial. If you like this tutorials, follow along. I do bead tutorials all the time on social media. If you're interested in purchasing the slider bead or clasp, the link is in my bio.